So preparations for the Dallas Fuel. I'd say most of it throughout the week was integrating like our two new players, Hyun and Saucy. Um, so just working them in the roster, and then just trying to figure out who was going to start for the week since it was kind of just since it was a fresh meta or no hero pools. So we were just trying to figure out who was playing, who was this, working on our maps, our strategy. Just felt like it kind of sucked because we didn't get to do a lot of our fundamental stuff and just refine our gameplay. So I think we'll actually do much better next week when we get a whole other week on the patch.
So for preparing for Dallas Fuel, we've kind of put in multiple players throughout the week. We put in Saucy, Urster, Eddie, and Sharp, and then me and Iris kind of rotating out as well throughout the week, kind of like trialing out to see what the best roster would be to play. And then towards the end, we kind of just we stuck to a small group of our players, and then we just stuck with them for the Dallas match. So
the week, like when there's no hero bans, there's generally more of I'd say it's easier to find the meta or like not get cheesed. You know, like when there's hero bans, you'll have like some random metas that you've never played before, or like different variations of a meta. So I think it's really just easier to prep overall, especially since the meta without the hero pools has been generally the same the past like 3, 4, 5 months. So I would say it's easier, so that's why we took more time like figuring out roster stuff and like who fits better and that kind of thing.
Yeah, they're feeling pretty synergized. I mean, Iris is a very good glue for our team, in which I've tried to replicate a lot of what he does, and he's very mechanically skilled as well. So there's a lot of stuff he does really well that I think is really good, and Saucy as well. Saucy I think is like the next Sinatra. So Saucy has a lot of shoes. He has big shoes to fill, but I think in terms of Western and especially NA talent, he's probably the best entire game right now.
Welcome everybody to the final day of the Countdown Cup qualifiers. My name is George, joined by Hex. We've got 2 exciting games coming up for you today. To start you off at least, we've got Dallas Fuel against the Atlanta Rage. Start us off. It's going to be mirror comp straight up, almost. We're not seeing a Brigitte. Oh, well. Okay. You know that team fight win percent we talked about just a second ago? There's a little bit of cap time here for the Fuel now. Doha ends up falling too, so slowly but surely the Rain are actually whittling away at the Fuel's offense. Blade's going to come out for Urster. He dives to the back line. It's only Paintbrush on the point now. He's discarded. He's dead. And the Rain are chasing the Fuel all the way to their spawn. It feels like no one's going to be able to touch.
Looks to maybe push them off somewhere, but that's over before it starts.
That was such a good supercharger. Really early, making sure Fuel are put on the clock. The Blizzard will go out though, and Gamsu finds 2. This supercharger not doing all so much anymore. At least Hawk and Urster though, taking to the skies, both of them, making sure they're juggling Note around so he can't join the rest of his team as well. Masa finds the kill onto him in the end. There's so much displacement, the tanks couldn't even set up on the point Hex. 95% and building, Rain are in control. Fuel trying to get back to the point now. Overtime has at least been triggered, but it looks almost unwinnable. Urster just sitting behind the window, firing the Junkrat grenades. Only God falls. This should just be it. The Rain taking this one 2-1 as they finish up the rest of the Fuel. Gamsu, yeah, he's in a little bit of a sorry situation. The rest of the team are as well. Crimzo's going to come back with Cole, but it's not going to be an all too much. And the Rain, they end up taking control.
Saucy fits in nicely. A lot of people's already played with him a ton. Hyun also fits in really well. He's just a really good player. I mean, he's on he's playing like 210 ping and at like 5 AM in Korea right now. So once he gets used to that, it should be easier for him as well. Also, so I think just the more they integrate into the roster, the better they'll just look, you know.
Well, I mean, I kind of noticed that after Babybay left the roster, and we were trying out Iris and stuff. I think when we were trying him out, I noticed as like our team kind of is missing like a leadership figure telling us what to do and where to go and like kind of micromanaging our team a little better. And I kind of I saw that we were missing that. So I don't know. Our team is the type of team that needs that, I suppose. And I recognized that earlier. I didn't really know what it was. I didn't really know what to do about it. But I kind of found at least for this meta, what to do better for our team and how to kind of give us that like leadership that I feel like we need for this week. And that's kind of what I brought into our match. I kind of just helped call a lot for our team, call a lot of plays, a lot of that kind of stuff that you don't recognize somebody does for you until they're really gone. So Dre was very good at, you know, micromanaging us and giving us a game plan for, you know, every fight pretty much. And game plans matter a lot. So yeah.
I think whether it was the fuel or not, I think they would have both played. I know Saucy was supposed to play map 3, 4, and 5, and I think that really had nothing to do with like the map order or anything like that, or we were up 2-0. It just happened. It was just the maps he was they thought he, I don't know, could just contribute more on, or like the hero pool fit him better for him. So he was gonna play those. I think Hyun might have played map 5. I don't remember, but I don't think it would have mattered who we played. I think they're both gonna get in either way.
So I'm really interested to see what both these teams want to run out. Of course, we have looked at the Orisa stats for Atlanta. They are much better when they can run Orisa, but Gibraltar really doesn't lend itself to great Orisa strats. And I kind of just want to see the DPS duo. And Hawk already asking, you guys playing dive? That's my question too.
So you guys playing dive? Oh my god! I just want to know, just
how time flies, because you have to really build up to the Nano Blade to be able to crack into the first hold. Gamsu's going to go down late. Now Dallas will have 1 minute. They've got the Nano.
And a fresh shield. Nano, Blade, or just normal Blade? Where's the Nano? He just gets rocked, and he dies. Okay, so Crimson has to use Nano now. He used it on Paintbrush of all people. They at least killed Gators, so that's 1 shield dead, but no falling 2. There's a whole lot less pressure on the field. At least Paintbrush picks up Dogman, but it's all on Edison and his Bob to help out. Hawk in server room just dominating it. Used the Flux on the support. They're already dead. The Bob's going to finish off the last couple of kills, and the fuel.
And they were right. I mean, if they don't win that fight, they lose the map. So you have to commit early. EMP comes out, though.
That is an early EMP. Crimson Paintbrush Gamsu. This is it. Oh, this is done. The EMP just came out. They didn't even need the rally and the Blade. They used the rally anyway. Hits the Blade from Erster. Just a kind of victory firework. And there you go. Dallas Fuel getting held on first.
Yeah, we normally do play high ground there. We have like, so there's a lot of people with just varying opinions on how to play the game in general, but some people wanted to just generally take more fights and points. So instead of playing further back and playing high ground, you only get 1 fight. We chose that if we were gonna play bottom, and then we knew they would have to use like ults just to get us out of there, which would then give us a second fight with a lot more ults than them. So really, I think it was just us having a good strategy to beat their dive comp there.
Yeah, we noticed a lot of teams were running like dive compositions, and that was our counter strategy to it pretty much. Not to give away, I guess that would be a little bit, but for the most part, we noticed it worked pretty well against most dive comps, and we just kind of fine-tuned it to see what we needed to do better to make sure it worked a lot more smoothly. And I think we kind of figured it out towards the end there, where we're like, you know, you saw we got like a clean wipe when they were in car wash because they nano bladed. They used their nano and their Genji ult, and they kind of got like a full wipe on us. But we didn't use any ults, so we came back with a lot of ults, and we didn't let the cart get too far, so that we could get a second fight on first point Gibraltar, allowing us to get a good recontest, and we first point held them, so it worked out.
I think we're just successful in a full hold this week because we practiced that map a lot, and we had a lot of different practice and different scenarios and what we could do and different plays we could make. So I think we were just really like practice on our defense there, on how to hold that and how to just, I wouldn't say cheese team fight wins, but like when we're down in team fights, we know how we clutch it up and we can turn it back in our favor. So, and then the attack, we played so much stuff throughout the week. I don't even remember what we played in the match because we just picked something. I don't even remember, but we were still trying to figure out our strategy on the attack, but I think it ended up working out anyways.
So we kind of prepared to have them in on those certain maps anyway. I don't know the entire reasoning because I'm not a coach and they pick and choose, you know, who played where and what maps. But that was like everything was like pre-planned for sure before the game. So I just joined back our like team Discord, just chat with the people that were there, and watch the game. because we have a feed. Every team gets one spectator, so I was just kind of watching it. And at the halftime, I didn't really get talk with them that much because Iris is getting subbed in. So I just kind of subbed out, let Iris go and talk to the team, and get prepared and get ready, mentally for the match or whatever he had to do. So I just kind of let him do that. Kind of left.
I'm pretty excited to see them up against the Fuel because I don't know if it was the plan, Hex. I really don't know.
Think so.
I don't think it was. It was just so dominant on Gibraltar. It's like, okay, so if we actually just get our rookies coming in, a little bit of playtime, I don't think that would go amiss at all, and they can just get their their stage nerves just brushed off rather easily, and they can take the Fuel on a Numbani. It's going to be a more dive-centric map once again. I can imagine they could probably run the same thing as they done in Gibraltar, which is going to be the Orisa and the Sigma. Yeah, and a rally forward with the window to back them up as well. However, Gamsu falling is good news for Fuel, so they have to be a little bit more careful. Spawn advantage, of course, in the Rain's favor as they try and level the playing field with a window of their own. No is playing just in a melee mode, takes out Master, but the rest of his team are going to fall around him.
Alright, so going back, Saucy only got 1 kill on that Blade, but I believe it was on a blading Doha, so extreme value there. That's a nice opening kill. Doha's been a problem, and they just solved it.
Yeah, they do. Both windows have been traded as well. So a good immortality build place for both teams. They can kind of hide it around the corner, but the team that pushes first here is normally going to win it out. Massa with 3 kills to kill. He's just swinging away. Again, these fights, they have no time in between them. It feels like rally forward for the Rain. Paintbrush is first to fall. Immortality field, I was going to say Immortality field, I know you guys hate it. Immortality field has been used really early as well. 1 minute remains for the Fuel now, as they do push on to the last point.
They were able to hold on to Blade there too. Blade could close this out. They've got the Blongo up. That's Bongo and the Blade ready to go. Gator at 92%. You imagine just a little bit of a clip here and there should be able to get that Bongo up. I think you might even Blade first. You know where the Bongo...
Okay. No, Gamsu got stunned and whip shotted.
Oh yeah, we can talk about the Saucy's thing too, because Saucy debuted in the previous map, right? But I think he was, he was getting adjusted to the game. He probably could have been a little nervous, and then in the next map, I kind of just tried to help him a lot, on that defensive side, try to give him, a lot of entry, because I was watching the game, and when they were on Numbani, I was noticing, I was like, okay, we're not following up on him that much. He's not building much, confidence, and then he's not building much of like a basis, like he didn't have much to go off of. So in that next map, I kind of just tried to help him a lot, individually. From my perspective, try to just give him as many resources as I can and help him win his duel, with the Genji battle, because that Genji battle matters a lot. So I tried to help him and try to dictate what he had to do and give him kind of a lot more basis there, pretty much.
With that map win by the Fuel, Atlanta Reign aren't gifted the 3-0 clean sweep and the 4th place finish as well. That was on the line in that last map, Hegs. And now we jump on to Hanamura as our next one. Okay, that's bad news. They have to try and find something now, and they do just that. Both immortality fields used on top of each other as well. It's actually the Reign that come out on top. Oh no, you're in a bad situation, buddy. Yeah, you're gonna die. That was a very good start from Only God. I think he just double tapped in. Braids as he gets Gamsu too. I don't think they're going to be able to push this now. Not with a blade in your face. That's Saucy picking up a 3k. Master's going to rally on top as well. Can he get a 4th? The deflect only just manages the point. There's the flux to start off the fight. Blongo comes out. Already Gamsu's dead. Oh, the immortality fields turn to smithereens as well. Doha at least picks up 1, and the rally's still going on for Paintbrush, so they're going to be a little bit more hard to take down, but they're just running them down at this point. Hawk finds 2 kills of his own. This is going to be it for the Reign. They've even got the flux to send out as well. Goodbye, Note. He is long gone. The Fuel are cleared off the point. The series is the Reign's, a 3-1. As soon as they clear out the ball, you're not going to survive long, not against the Zen and all that damage. The Reign, they get it.
Okay, let's see. So we're playing against the Vancouver Titans coming up in the knockout bracket. So we're looking forward to that. I think we're not looking past them too much, hopefully. But I think that series should be in our favor. And we shouldn't have to do too many crazy things to counter strat for them, because they're a pretty straightforward team for the most part. That just is very, young and it doesn't have too much synergy together. So, we can hopefully take advantage of that and get the win over them.
For the Titans, I think we just need to focus on ourselves. Just need to play our own game. I think we'll be fine against them if we just focus on our fundamental stuff and just get better at a lot of our just like comms in general, like teamwork in that comp, and we'll be fine.
But I think the team that everybody wants to play against is Florida Mayhem to get revenge on them. But to be honest, I think we could play any of them. I think we would be happy playing any of those teams in the top 4. It'd be cool.
Winning conditions against teams like that would just be making sure we have the right strategy going into the match, and that we have like better teamwork than them. I think we're all, like even mechanically or even better, but I think just having better teamwork and better just overall like comms and structure, like just strategy and practice should help us beat them.
I think our win conditions for the Countdown Comp and then also for the rest of the season kind of is based on how well we can make game plans. I feel like that matters a lot, and then also adjusting to each meta, throughout the rest of the year, and adjusting to nerfs and buffs to different heroes and stuff like that. So I think our win condition is just coming up with the best game plan, and then on top of that, following it in game very well. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, make sure you hit the thumbs up below, and make sure you subscribe as well to get updated on our future videos.